Hands for Africa is a nonprofit organization supporting communities that have been victimized by the Blood Diamond Wars.
And the founder of Hands for Africa, Alton Harding, is here to discuss all the work that they've been doing. So tell us about it.
You founded this amazing organization. Tell us what you do.
Okay. What we do basically is we were born out of the Blood Diamond conflict, and we provide prosthetic limbs for the victims of blood diamonds. We call them the survivors. And we also provide educational scholarships for the offspring of the survivors. We also provide medical benefits for all of the victims and their families.
Wow, that's really good, considering like how atrocious that whole jewel trade is.
Yes, and the thing was 90% of the survivors that had their limbs chopped off never even seen a diamond.
Oh,
yeah.
How many individuals are you speaking of in relation to the victims?
80,000.
80,000.
80,000.
In what parts of Africa?
Well, right now, primarily, we're in Sierra Leone. They got hit the hardest. And we focus mostly on the prosthetic limbs, and we also focus on the educational scholarships because we want to make sure that the next generation does not face the same atrocities.
Great. It stands to reason that a lot of other countries are implicit in this. Have any of them come forward with the knowledge of we are getting conflict diamonds and we need to stop that, or has anybody made any note about it?
Well, they had a Truth and Reconciliation board, and after that board, they came out, and now you have to have certified diamonds. If you're not certified conflict-free, then you cannot take diamonds out of the country. So that's basically what was enacted out of the Blood Diamond conflict to make sure that these atrocities no longer happen.
So in what forms do you fundraise? How are you able to support your nonprofit?
Primarily, the millennials donate 75% of our funding comes from millennials. We normally on college campuses primarily, and we go to like shows and fairs. It seems like the next generation, they don't want to really inherit these issues, so they are very keen on social injustice.
One of these social injustices, well, sorry, not a social injustice, but a lot of these kids need something to take their mind off of these atrocities and things that they've witnessed.
Correct.
What are some of the programs that you have that sort of get their mind away from that?
Well, basically we have sports amputee programs, and we have normally volunteers that fly over to the region, and they have them involved in different activities that give them the peace of mind knowing that they could move forward, per se.
Good.
Alton, how do people get a hold of you if they'd like to make a donation or they want to learn more about your organization?
They could go to www.handsforafrica.org, and they could read up on what Hands for Africa is all about, and they could make a donation online.
How long has your organization been?
Since 2009.
2009.
Yeah, since 2009.
Thank you so much for your
Thank
work.
you very
we
much.
really appreciate it.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for coming on
Okay.
today.
All right, thank you.
Up next, we have another paella segment
Very
with
exciting.
Chef Benjamin Schuster. I can't wait for that. Looking
Yep.
forward to it. Next.